Fellow citizens of Deron for Super President, this is the show in which we try to build our own country, take over the entire universe, and fix all of the universe's problems. If that sounds like something you think you might like, please hit the subscribe button down below to be counted as a citizen and to join us on our path to glory. The Earth. Strange, isn't it? Hard to deal with. You have unmapped oceans and little bitty areas, nooks, coves, crannies, and all of the like, pushing across the lands. What do? Say you're a map man, somebody that makes these things. How would a cartographer even go about their day trying to make a map? What even is an archipelago? Is this an archipelago? Nope, it's an isthmus. You can get an isthmus for Christmas if you try hard enough and ask Santa. Maps are surprisingly difficult to make, because if you think about it, you actually have to go everywhere. Steve says there's a mountain in that direction. You just gonna believe Steve? How big is it? Steve says it's real big. But how big is real big? Is it wide or very tall? Is it a very thin, tall mountain? That's just a building. Shut up, Steve. You don't even know how to make maps. Why are you giving me the advice now? Back in the Middle Ages, if you had to go somewhere and it seemed rather dangerous, they legitimately, and this actually dates back to 1504, just put random sea creatures down. And as early as they can tell in Latin, they had hic sunt dracons, probably not how you say it, which means here be dragons, which was an actual technical term, technically, if you want to get technical, about the fact that, screw that, I'm not going over there. There seems dangerous. There's sharp rocks, and sharp people's jagged personalities that hurt my feelings. Don't want to deal with that. That sounds like rough. Anyway, then one day, your new cartography map-making rival, Steve, decides to make his own map. He comes back from the other place, he goes, I went where the dragons were. Guess what? No dragons. Liar. Then eventually you see his maps, and they're really good. Suddenly Steve has all the maps, and you don't have any maps. What do? Well, you could keep putting dragons on your map, but that's not very useful, so you're just going to steal Steve's map. And unfortunately, this leads us to a topic which is covered far too thoroughly by John Green over and over again, including in a book, Paper Towns, which is just a copyright trap. Effectively, they would put fake towns on maps, because you can't copyright the way the Earth looks. Wow, that would be bad for trying to go places if one person sold every map. Now you see, if I put a fake town on the map, it's a figment of my imagination. I created that, and you publishing my imagination is copyright infringement, and then we get the lawyers involved. It's perfect. And there is just a chef kiss of a wonderful area in which somebody thought that a copyright trap existed. They thought that an island was not created yet created, but in fact, was the island ever really there in the first place? And did anyone ever really make it up? Welcome to Sandy Island, New Caledonia. Now, Sandy Island, sometimes labeled in French as Isle de Sable, and in Spanish, Isla Arenosa, is a non-existent island that was charted over a century, being located near the French territory of New Caledonia, bang, right there, near Australia. When you have a bad map, remember maps are hard to make, you just sort of go, that's probably the bit from the other person's map. So when Captain James Cook in 1774 said, there's an island there, and you're going through an area and you go, well, there's an island. There's a map says an island, there's here. Maybe that's the island that they were talking about, despite it not being real. So, future voyagers that went to the area started reporting that they too had seen the island, because of peer pressure, of course. People think that they may have even just noticed floating bits of pumice rock. That's the porous rock you rub your feet on, floating in the water, and gone, that's probably an island. That's what they think may have happened, actually. Now you may be wondering, why is it called Sandy Island? It was described as some sandy inlets. That's as creative as they were back in 1776. Creativity wasn't invented until the 1840s. Or 50s, I don't know. It wasn't really near anything, nobody really cared about it, and it wasn't very important in any way, and because it was a bunch of sandy reefs, it's not like you're going to get any good resources from the area, so why bother? Why even look there? Hydrographic charts, which don't need copyright claims, so they don't have fictitious things put in them, also started putting in ED in front of the island in some areas, which means existence doubtful. Can't wait till I have that next to my name, when I'm a folktale fairy hero that goes through life and is me. So, As noted above, according to Wikipedia, the French Naval and Oceanographic Service removed the island from its nautical charts in 1979. Public claims that the island did not exist began in April of 2000 by amateur radio enthusiasts on a tea expedition. They noted it was shown on some maps, but not on others, such as the Times Atlas of the World 10th edition, and the discovery of the island's absence was once again made on the 22nd of November 2012 by Australian scientists aboard the Southern Surveyor, severing plate tectonics in the area. They noticed that when they looked at the map, there was an island there, but when they looked at their radio thing of the seafloor, it never went up at all. It was consistently below 1,300 meters below sea level. That's 4,300 feet below sea level, and it never raised above it. None island. And due to several stunning different kinds of errors in data, such as people looking for land and seeing land because they use the land filter on the data, simplifying it a little bit, different scientists were actually like, nah, there's probably an island there. So, November 26, 2012, it was removed from Google Maps, and November 29, 2012, from National Geographic. And this is the story of an entire island that was real to so many people for so long, despite no one having ever been there to realize it wasn't real. Now, you may be wondering, why am I bringing up this particular story on this particular channel? Well, we have a slightly real, semi-real, we have a slightly real country that could very easily be considered a copyright trap and then possibly be mistaken for real. So anyone out there who makes maps for a living or has a cartographer friend, please decide to add Jar just somewhere vacantly in the ocean. If you'd like to be particularly sassy, you can put it where Sandy Island was, and we can pretend that this country is already somewhere on the ocean waves, sailing along. This is one of the most fascinating ideas I've had. We could merely hop our way into notoriety by not actually existing but still showing up on all of the maps. So please, get back to me, any map makers of the world. We'd like to be more real than we are. Just like Pinocchio and this wonderful country. So this has been your super presidential candidate, Deron, signing off for Saturday, saying welcome to Jar. Jar takes all kinds. You are family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go up every single Saturday, Monday, and we live stream once a week, which this week, it will be Friday the 3rd. Though before that, I may have a Twitch channel, so I might just pop on and say hi. I'll link that below, and then I'll go live whenever I feel like it. And on Monday, we'll possibly have a Discord, so watch for that. And I will leave you, as always, in the viewer-submitted conlang for Jar, the viewer-submitted motto for Jar, which is Mum donna pomen lem, mi u donna pomen ia liita, mi u mum liita. See ya all on Monday. And this episode is brought to you by Luke, and also by Rachel. Not to be undiscovered, not to be a copyright trap, these are just two real people with imprints upon my heart. Things that I find real and wonderful, but I will sue you if you put them on a map, because I've done it first. Oh, thank you.